order that I got against Saif ul Haq, a general, this guy that flies fighter jets, this guy that wears disguises, this guy that acts as a police officer, this guy that pisses himself in the nighttime, etc., etc. This guy that tries to get me to fuck his mother. He literally brought his mother into my dorm room and tried to get me to fuck her. This guy that forces his wife to rape me after non-consensually putting me under anesthetic. This guy that tries to pimp his whore sister out. Marjorie Taylor Greene, aka known as Marjorie Taylor Blowjob Machine. These are the kinds of folks that I'm regularly forced to interact with in the course of getting my security clearance. And then they'll say, well, it's a war game exercise, it's a military training exercise, but not much of it has been an exercise, and not much of it requires much training, not much of it requires much thought. What it is a close circle of rich people and politicians, which are not mutually exclusive descriptions. A lot of these generals are generals because they're billionaires and they bought their position. A lot of these politicians are politicians because they lick the anuses of billionaires or special interest groups that oftentimes represent other countries. I mean, you literally have Pakistan, a foreign country. People are taking investment from Pakistan, a foreign country, to invest in this scheme to rob somebody of a Yankee white security clearance. So just to be clear, a general from Pakistan that works for the United States government as a general here in the U.S. military, but his heritage and his ethnicity, he hails from Pakistan, right? He's taking investments from people in that country to go ahead and conduct a security clearance investigation here in the United States so that they can get a kickback if he's successful in robbing me of my security clearance damages compensation. So there's a huge conflict of interest, not only in the nations that these people represent when they're investigating these massive and very important security clearances that have to do with some of the deepest levels of national security. Not only are these people representing other countries, but they already failed to rob me of my security clearance damages compensation, which they intend to take as some sort of bonus. And so what they're doing is they're robbing their foreign investors. So the ul Haq family has been continually taking more and more investments from abroad, and they're just robbing those investors. They don't intend to pay them back. They're just going to say, well, sometimes businesses fail, sometimes efforts fail. But the reality of the matter is, the person conducting this security clearance investigation, the person that intended to rob me of my security clearance compensation, Saif ul Haq, the guy that ruined it for everybody, Saif Abdullah, the guy that ruined it for everybody, all they did in their free time was smoke weed and sleep with women. And I'm not joking when I tell you that. Saif ul Haq, all of his free time, playing video games, smoking weed. And somehow he was supposed to be collecting intel on me while I lived with him as basically a live-in help. I was his mental health coach. I was this guy that he could lean on when I lived with him. He's this really prissy, feminine, small boy who effectively has the mental health and the mental capacity of a 13-year-old. And I'm not joking when I tell you that. This guy's clinically retarded. You'll say, well, how's he a general? Well, a fuck ton of money always greases the wheels. I'll tell you that much, Then you have this guy, Saif Abdullah from Palestine. He's taking investments from abroad, and he's trying to rob me, and he's trying to